Hello everyone. Today I'll give you a fast walkthrough of the practical activities of study Unit 7. We will teach the full theory. We will show how learners do in each activity, the scenario, the steps and the expected outputs. The goal is applied decision making for agribusiness management and innovation. We have limited time, so each activity is presented in the same structure. First, the scenario and the role of the learner. Then the 5 steps, which follow a clear workflow. Finally, we highlight the outputs and what good performance looks like. This part of the unit is based on realistic agribusiness situations. The focus is not on finding one correct answer, but on understanding concentrates, comparing options and justifying decisions. The aim is to support clear thinking and practical decision making in real agribusiness context. These learning outcomes describe what you should be able to do after completing this lesson. The focus is on analyzing realistic agribusiness situations, understanding constraints and risks, comparing different options, and justifying decisions using available information. The emphasis is on practical decision making rather than theoretical knowledge. Here, the learner doesn't act as a student, but as an advisor to an agricultural entrepreneur. This shift is important because it changes the mindset. Responses must be practical, strategic, and evidence based. The goal is to select a product or enterprise direction and define an appropriate market positioning. However, the context isn't stable. There is uncertainty. Prices fluctuate, consumer preferences evolve, and market conditions are dynamic. So, the learner must analyze the market environment, interpret findings, and translate them into a concise and realistic business direction. The expected output is not a long theoretical report, but clear market findings and focused business rationale that supports a strategic decision. In this scenario, first the learner defines the target market and the key demand drivers. This means understanding who the customer is and what actually influences purchasing decisions: price, quality, sustainability, origin, or convenience. Second, they analyze competitors and possible positioning options. Where does the enterprise fit? Competing on cost, differentiation, niche quality. Third, they compare expected market prices with production and operating costs. This is where strategy meets financial realism. Fourth, they identify market risks such as volatility, seasonality, or changing preferences and propose mitigation actions. Finally, all findings are integrated into a short, structured business plan outline. So, the process moves from analysis to strategic integration, exactly how real world business planning works. This slide clarifies what good performance looks like in this activity. First, we expect completed worksheets. This means the learner has systematically analyzed the market, competitors, price versus cost structure, and potential risks. Not assumptions, structured analysis. Second, we expect a short business plan outline that is clearly aligned with evidence gathered. The conclusions must reflect the analysis. There should be logical consistency between data and decision. Finally, the focus is on realism. Assumptions must be credible, justifications must be clear, and the overall proposal must be coherent. In short, good work demonstrates analytic thinking translated into a realistic and strategically sound business direction. In submodule 7.1.2, the focus shifts from market analysis to financial management. Here, the learner takes the role of a financial advisor to a small or medium-sized agribusiness. The emphasis is no longer just on strategic positioning, but on financial sustainability. The core challenge is seasonality and income fluctuation. Agricultural revenues are often irregular, while expenses continue throughout the year. Therefore, the learner must manage budgeting, cash flow planning, and assess affordability. A key decision point is financing. Should the enterprise rely on a loan, a grant, or a mixed financing structure? So, this sub-module develops financial judgment, linking budgeting, liquidity management, and funding strategy into one coherent decision framework. Here are presented the 5-step financial workflow of the submodule. First, the learner prepares an operating budget. This means clearly identifying revenue streams and categorizing costs in a structured way. Second, they analyze cash flow timing, when money actually comes in and when it goes out. This step highlights potential liquidity gaps, which are very common in agriculture. Third, they distinguish between fixed and variable costs and assess sensitivity risks. What happens if prices fall? What if input costs increase? Fourth, they compare financing options and the obligations attached to each: interest, repayment schedules, co-financing requirements. Finally, they provide a decision summary that combines financial strategy with risk management. So, the workflow moves from basic budgeting to informed financial decision making under uncertainty. The expected outputs focus on financial clarity and justified decision making. Learners must present a structured budget and a clear cash flow overview, including notes on potential financial risks. This demonstrated understanding of liquidity management, not just cost listing. They are also required to compare financing options and clearly justify their choice. The emphasis is on financial reasoning, explaining why a loan, a grant, or a mixed solution fits the business context. Strong performance shows realistic cost assumptions, accurate timing of inflows and outflows, and financing structure that is genuinely affordable. Assessment therefore priorities logic, realism, and the ability to connect financial analysis with strategic decisions. The focus shifts to marketing strategy and value capture. The learner takes the role of a marketing advisor for a small medium farm enterprise. The objective is not simply to increase visibility, but strengthen market presence and improve value capture. Key decisions include identifying target customers, defining a clear value position, and selecting appropriate distribution and communication channels. Strategic thinking is essential. Who exactly are we selling to? What makes our product different or viable? Through which channels can we reach customers efficiently and sustainably? A critical element is the realistic use of e-commerce and digital tools. Digitalization must match the enterprise's scale, skills, and resources. The emphasis is on practical, coherent marketing decisions that translate strategy into action. The marketing workflow follows 5 structured steps, moving from customer understanding to channel selection. The process begins with defining the target market and analyzing consumer preferences. This ensures that decisions are customer driven rather than product driven. Next comes the value proposition and positioning against competitors. The enterprise must clearly articulate why its product is different and relevant. Branding and differentiation follow with emphasis on credible claims. Trust and authenticity are especially important in agricultural markets. Then, different channels are compared: direct sales, retail partnerships, online platforms, and social media, evaluating reach, cost, margins, and required capabilities. The process concludes with an integrated marketing strategy summary, aligning customers, value, brand, and channels into one coherent and realistic plan. The assessment focuses on realism and strategic coherence. A strong output clearly defines the target segment and explains the main purchasing drivers. It must show a deep understanding of why customers buy. The value proposition should be aligned with the enterprise's actual capacity. Promises must be deliverable. Marketing cannot exceed production capability. Channel choices must be justified based on available resources, logistics, and operational constraints. The strategy should reflect what the farm can realistically manage. Finally, the overall marketing strategy must be coherent and not over ambitious. Sustainable growth is more important than unrealistic expansion. Quality work demonstrates clarity, alignment, and practical feasibility. The focus now moves to grant application and compliance. The learner supports an entrepreneur applying for a public grant. This is a competitive process where eligibility criteria and compliance requirements are strict. Success doesn't depend only on having a good idea. It depends on clarity, consistency, and alignment with evaluation criteria. Every section of the application must be coherent. Objectives, budget, expected impact, and justification must all connect logically. Attention to detail is critical, as small inconsistencies can reduce scoring. The expected output is a structured sample application package accompanied by a checklist demonstrating readiness, completeness, and strategic alignment with funding requirements. The process begins with carefully reading the call and verifying eligibility requirements. Many applications fail at the first stage due to inattention to detail. Next, the project description must be drafted in alignment with the priorities of the funding program. Relevance and clarity are essential. A consistent budget is then prepared, fully aligned with planned activities and funding rules. Numbers must support the narrative. All supporting documents must be checked for completeness and accuracy, ensuring full compliance. Finally, the application is reviewed against the official evaluation criteria and refined accordingly. Strong performance demonstrates precision, consistency, and strategic alignment throughout the entire application process. Assessment focuses on quality control and internal consistency. Eligibility must be fully verified before submission. Overlooking a single requirement can invalidate the entire application. The narrative and the budget must be internally consistent. Objectives, activities, and financial allocations should clearly support one another. All required documents must be complete, accurate, and directly relevant to the call specifications. A thorough final review strengthens clarity, improves alignment with evaluation criteria, and increases overall competitiveness. Strong performance demonstrates discipline, precision, and strategic coherence across the entire application package. The focus now shifts to renewable energy and as a strategic farm decision. The learner takes the role of an advisor on farm energy strategy. Energy is not abstract. It directly affects irrigation systems, cooling, storage, and processing operations. The objective is twofold: reduce operational costs while improving environmental sustainability. The key decision revolves around selecting the most appropriate solution: solar energy, biogas, or a broader efficiency mix. The choice must be justified based on farm size, energy demand patterns, investment capacity, and risk tolerance. This requires balancing financial visibility with long-term sustainability goals. Strong analysis demonstrates an understanding of how energy investments impact both cost, cost structure and environmental performance. The integrated assessment follows five structured steps. First, the learner defines the farm's energy profile, identifying main energy uses and seasonal demand peaks. Understanding consumption patterns is essential before proposing any solution. Second, at least two renewable options must be compared. This ensures analytical thinking rather than a one-sided preference. Third, economic visibility is examined through costs, expected savings, and payback logic. The investment must make financial sense. Fourth, environmental impact is assessed alongside risks and operational constraints. Sustainability and practicality must be considered together. Finally, a clear recommendation is provided: explicitly stating trade-offs and underlying assumptions. Strong performance demonstrates balanced judgment, realistic calculations, and transparent decision making. Assessment focuses on decision quality and practical reasoning. A strong output clearly defines the baseline energy needs of the farm and identifies the main drivers behind energy consumption. Different renewable options must be compared with clear explanations of suitability. The emphasis is on reasoning why one option fits better than another. Feasibility justification should remain simple and realistic. The goal is not advanced engineering analysis, but sound financial and operational logic. The final decision must demonstrate balance, considering cost efficiency, environmental sustainability, and risk exposure. High quality work shows structured thinking, transparency in assumptions, and a well-justified recommendation. Here, the focus now shifts to value chain efficiency for perishable products. The learner takes the role of a value chain analyst examining how products move from production to market. The core issues include post-harvest losses, inconsistent quality, and weak bargaining power. These challenges often reduce profitability even when production levels are adequate. Underlying causes may involve weak coordination between actors, inefficient logistics, and limited information sharing along the chain. The objective is not to increase production volume, but to improve efficiency and value capture within the existing system. Strong analysis identifies bottlenecks, explains root causes, and proposes realistic improvements that enhance coordination, reduce losses, and strengthen market positioning. The structured process moves from mapping the chain to proposing a realistic solution. First, the learner maps the stages and key actors involved from farm to market. Understanding who does what is essential before diagnosing problems. Second, inefficiencies and loss points are identified. This may include handling losses, delays, quality degradation, or coordination gaps. Third, different coordination options are compared, such as contractual arrangements, producer groups, or digital tools that improve information flow. Fourth, risks, costs, and feasibility concentrates are assessed. Not every improvement is practical or affordable. Finally, a clear recommendation is presented, stating priorities and assumptions. Strong performance demonstrates systemic thinking, identifying bottlenecks, and proposing visible improvements that enhance overall chain's efficiency. Assessment focuses on clarity, prioritization, and practical relevance. A strong output includes a clear value chain map and identifies prioritized bottlenecks rather than listing every possible issue. Different improvement options must be compared transparently, outlining advantages and disadvantages. This demonstrates analytical depth. The final recommendation should be practical and adapted to the specific context. Solutions must fit the scale, resources and coordination capacity of the actors involved. The emphasis is not only on physical transport or logistics, but on coordination and information flow across the chain. High quality work shows systemic understanding and proposes realistic improvements that enhance efficiency and value capture. The focus is now moves to collective entrepreneurship and cooperation. The learner takes the role of an advisor to a group of small producers who face shared challenges: limited market access, weak bargaining power, restrict finance, and fragment services. A key strategic option is the formation of a cooperative or social enterprise structure to mobilize resources collectively. However, cooperation is not only an economic decision, it requires trust among members, clear governance structures, and mechanisms that ensure long term sustainability. The analysis must therefore go beyond financial benefits and consider organizational complexity and coordination capacity. Strong performance demonstrates balanced judgment, weighing economic advantages against governance risks and social dynamics. The collective action analysis follows five structured steps. First, shared challenges and collective needs must be clearly identified. Cooperation should be responded to real, common problems, not abstract ideas. Second, different organizational models are compared, such as cooperative versus a social enterprise structure. Third, governance rules and trust mechanisms are assessed. Clear roles, decision-making procedures, and accountability systems are essential for long-term viability. Fourth, resource mobilization is examined, combining internal contributions with external finance options. Finally, a decision summary is presented outlining the selected model, associated risks, and the key conditions required for success. Strong performance demonstrates strategic thinking, realistic governance awareness, and clear understanding of collective sustainability. Assessment focuses on the quality and sustainability of the collective decision. A strong output clearly justifies why collective action is necessary. The rationale must demonstrate real shared challenges and tangible benefits. The chosen organizational model should fit both the strategic goals and the capacity of the members involved. Overlay complex structures often fail in practice. Governance and trust risks must be explicitly addressed. Clear rules, transparency, and accountability mechanisms are critical for long-term sustainability. Finally, the financing plan should be realistic and scalable, allowing the initiative to grow without creating financial pressure. High quality work demonstrates strategic coherence, institutional awareness, and practical feasibility. Thank you very much for your attention and your time. Before we close, I would like to leave you with five clear messages. First, this unit is not about theory alone. It is about structured decision making in real agribusiness conditions. Second, every practical activity follows the same logic: scenario, analysis, steps, and justified conclusions. This builds professional thinking habits. Third, there is no single correct answer. What matters is clarity of reasoning, realistic assumptions, and internal consistency. Fourth, All activities simulate real workplace tasks. Writing a business plan, preparing a budget, designing a marketing strategy, applying for funding, analyzing energy investments, improving supply chains, and evaluating cooperative models. And fifth, the ultimate goal is employability and competence. Learners don't only understand concepts, they practice how to apply them under constraints and uncertainty. I have attached the contact details for further communication. Please feel free to reach out for clarifications, questions, or any further discussion. Thank you again for your engagement. I'll be happy to answer any questions.